Today, I present to you a brand new garden tour in the garden. I'm sorry I didn't upload last night. You can check out the community post if you all want to, but it's pretty obvious what happened. So, let's get into it. Surprisingly, I think our strawberries are having a second run because earlier, yesterday, I got a strawberry for the first time of the entire season because as you guys probably know, the strawberries are getting destroyed by a ton of the birds over here in the area. Every time there's one that's actually looking up to be nice and ripe, it just gets destroyed by the birds. This one is pretty much ready. There's just one small spot, but I don't care. I'll probably harvest it because that's pretty much the only shot we'll ever have at it actually being normal. There's also flowers coming in on them, as you can see. Now the blueberries, they're a bit more disappointing, so to say. Let's check them out. There's also these guys right here called horse nettle. Rip them out of the garden immediately. They suck. They're the destruction of all farms, if you will. It's really hard to get rid of them. And you can see over here the blueberries. The birds love these guys, it looks like. You can tell because that right there exists. I have no clue why I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now, to be honest. It's like 64 degrees. So yeah, these smaller ones right here definitely need to be having a harvest done soon. And yes, we do need to clean this up a little bit. Probably maybe give it another... My goal is to clean it up soon, but we're supposed to get a lot of rain the next day, and then we're going to get a hurricane later this weekend. It's not looking to be a great time to work in the garden, so looks like soon's our only chance. Over here we have a really short-lived green bean patch, which as you guys can see, producing green beans. See this right here? There's green beans right there, and most importantly, they are ready for harvest. It's really petty, not petty, it's tedious, that's what I meant to say. To harvest every single one of these because there's a lot ready at the same time. It's really tedious to get to all of them, so it's really hard. And also right over here we have a really small basil patch. You can see right here we have 6 basil right here, 3 right there, and 3 right there. At first they weren't looking too good, but they have made a pretty decent bounce back. Now these peppers were knocked down on the storm we had earlier this weekend where we had all that wind and rain because the we're a bit too shallow. And as you can see, this guy is still hanging in there, barely. This guy right here is completely uprooted. He's doing fine. This one right here is also slightly uprooted. He's doing a little bit worse, but he's still doing fine. I have no clue what these are and if these are ready for harvest, but these are like not green, they're like dark purple. Whatever it is, it's definitely a spicy pepper. Oh, there's a ton of jalapeno peppers that I could probably go in right now and harvest. As you can see, tons, and I mean tons of peppers in here. There's tons. And this right here is the one that hosts the weirdest shaped peppers. I thought this one was dead until I realized that's literally the entire shape of the pepper bush. And also there's nothing right in here. We're gonna plant the broccoli hopefully soon in this area. We just gotta get down to work weeding this whole area right here. And let's just disregard the zucchini. I'm pretty sure 100% confirmed it's definitely the raccoons. My guess is they're just climbing into the garden. But we can go to the eggplants instead because these guys are doing better. We had that one potato beetle last week. I'm not spotting any, but I do go in here regularly to make sure that there's no potato beetles. We have a variety of different eggplants in here too. Now for these guys, if you don't want to damage the roots, you need to make sure you actually like tip them over like that at their base. This eggplant isn't producing anything. Neither really is this one. But the rest of these guys, I did see one that did look promising right down there. You see that one? That one is looking ready for harvest. And the white ones are producing. I think this one right here is also ready for harvest. So these eggplants are looking pretty nice. As you can see, I'm not seeing any, I do see a couple flowers up there though on this plant. So yes, you can see this is one I'll probably get to harvesting eventually later today, probably in the end part of this video. There's a ton of things ready in here. Now this right here is our trellis zone. The cucumbers are dying back a little bit more. I'm gonna say we could probably get another week or two of harvest out of them, and we do have these basil plants, which, by the way, we do not want these up here. These mean they're going to seed, and we don't want that happening, now do we? Everything else in here, though, is looking pretty decent. There are some cucumbers turned to yellow that I do need to harvest, like, right now, today. And there's others, like these guys, that'll be ready. Give it a couple days. I said this one was gonna be ready in, like, 3 days. I was wrong, like, 2 days ago, so I'm gonna give it, like, another 2 days before I go in here and harvest it. Also, notably, we have cherry tomatoes that are looking really nice. If your cherry tomato at least looks like this, then it's pretty much ready for harvest. Like, if you can pull on it and it comes off, then, my friend, you are looking at a nice cherry tomato harvest. There's tons in here ready, and this year they're actually doing surprisingly nice. And we also have these normal tomatoes in here, which for whatever reason, they're in there. So yeah, it's cool. Now let's delve into the world of our tomato patch, which is like 60% of the garden. So that's cool. These guys are not doing the greatest. I need to put a stake in there to help keep them from falling over. By the way, there isn't a live zucchini plant in this garden. Who put this here? I have no clue. But at the flip side though, I did see some flowers forming. You can see a little bit right there. There's some flower buds forming right there. There's a couple more in there somewhere as well. But for the most part, this is just a bunch of tomatoes. They're held together with these strings and this system up here. This one is a bit smaller. I have no clue why. There's also a ton that look like they got knocked over as well. Probably by that windstorm we got here the other day. And there's supposedly going to be like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts from that hurricane that's going to hit us soon in the northeast. I wouldn't mind a windstorm to record for the channel, but like we don't really need one. And there's also this lone sunflower here, surrounded by idiots, or weeds as I like to say. You can see the sunflower is doing pretty nice though. And I will say, congratulations for actually surviving, because I need to get back there with the weed whacker. There's one less weed I have to whack. And you could also see tons of Romas, beefsteaks, 4th of July's, tons of different types of tomatoes in here. I want these flies off of here. And you know what? This one is not in the greatest shape because of these fruit flies, as you can see here. So I'm going to take that guy off and say to the chickens, oh, there's mold on it. Yeah, we cannot feed that to the chickens. That is not suitable. It just literally broke when I tossed it. But this one, my friends, is going to be what we can give to the chickens. In fact, I'm gonna go right now and give it to them. Everything else though can be harvested. I'll come in here in just a minute. If you guys are wondering, we did get a 1 corn harvest so far. My goal is to probably get up there, probably harvest maybe later this week. Probably by the weekend, we'll probably do a corn harvest. I'll record it for you guys. It's a little bit early. Probably won't really be going up until the end of the summer break. So yeah, there's not gonna be a corn tour today. We're just gonna go right into the harvesting. So let's get the bag. As you can see over here, we have our chickens, which they shouldn't be out, but I guess they do get out, and this is what we're harvesting with. All we have is just a simple bag and one of these right here. These will help clip the produce off of the actual plant. And you know what? I'm gonna take off my sweater real quick. Let's get into harvesting. All right, so we got a couple things in here. We got a ton of tomatoes, of course. And yeah, I'm gonna go quickly see if I can harvest this strawberry right here and add it to my cart, of course, which I can. Look at that, beautiful strawberry. No issues with it, nothing. Now our goal is to get more like that later this season. I think we just cover this stuff up. But first, before we go inside, we gotta make sure that this garden is covered up. So that way the raccoon doesn't have an easy entrance and actually has to put effort into his entrance. So yeah, we covered up the garden, and yeah, if you guys ended up enjoying today's video, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, bro. I'm posting garden tours every Monday, posting videos daily until the end of the summer, so like by the end of August. And yeah, click the video on the center screen for progression of the garden thus far. All the videos there is a great watch. I recommend watching front to back if you want to, so I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.